All right, welcome back to the Lakeland Podcast. I'm Mr. Rolando, video production, broadcasting teacher here at Lakeland High School. And I'm here today with a couple of ladies from Lakeland DECA. Ladies, introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Emma. I'm a senior. Hi, I'm Abby. I'm a senior.
Excellent. And tell us a little bit about your project there and what you're doing.
So our project is about just spreading awareness on heart disease and how to prevent it at an early age and the effects it can have on a person later in life.
Yeah, it's primarily spreading awareness on the problems with having bad heart health and how to prevent that from happening.
Awesome. So, heart health, super important. People all ages, even in your guys' age group versus mine. I mean, the slightly older age group than the ladies who are here today. But it's very important across the board, I think. What are some everyday habits that can help keep your heart strong? What do you think?
Everyday habits is definitely moving your body daily, even moving a little bit, a short walk can go a long way, or eating whole foods like fruits and veggies and whole grains instead of processed foods. And this keeps your cholesterol and blood pressure in check, as well as drinking plenty of water to stay hydrated and getting plenty of sleep as well.
Awesome. That's good. And those are good tips. Those are good tips for everybody, no matter how old you are. What are signs or symptoms that people maybe your age should look out for when it comes to heart problems? What do you think?
So even though serious heart problems are much less common in teens and younger people, there are some symptoms that people shouldn't ignore. That could be chest pain, unexplained shortness of breath, fainting or nearly fainting, heart palpitations, fatigue, swelling of the legs, ankles, high cholesterol, and if you have family history, that you should definitely watch out for it.
Cool. Good. Everybody says you are what you eat, right? And that heel there. So, and what we eat affects our heart, just like it affects everything else, brain, whatever, muscles, all that stuff. Are there any good heart healthy foods that you ladies recommend for students, people in your age group?
Yeah. Quick snack ideas are apples or berries or nuts and trail mix. And then you can do carrots and hummus, or if you need an easy lunch, you could do a whole grain sandwich with turkey or grilled chicken, or salads with veggies and a protein, or on the go you can do oatmeal or granola bars, and then incorporating power foods such as avocados, blueberries and oranges, salmon and tuna, or walnuts or almonds is really good for your heart.
Excellent. So we're talking nuts, fruits, salmon, fish types of thing, lean meats, things like that. Good. Exercise. We all know exercise is good for everybody across the board. How much do we really need to keep our hearts healthy? I mean, some people like to exercise, some people don't. But how much do we really need?
That's a good question, and the good news is that you don't have to be an athlete to protect your heart. The amount of activity that you actually need is probably way less than people actually think. The minimum goal is 60 minutes of activity per day, but that could include things like brisk walking, biking, dancing, sports practice, swimming, jogging, active games like basketball, soccer, tag. It doesn't have to happen all at once. It can be in short chunks that add up to be 60 minutes.
Gotcha. Stress, lack of sleep, people your age, AP classes. I know all about how all that plays out. Tell me a little bit how all that plays out for people keeping our hearts healthy.
Stress and poor sleep actually push your heart into overdrive. So if you're stressed all the time, it'll raise your heart rate and blood pressure, and you'll never get a break. And lack of sleep boosts stress hormones and makes your heart work harder to raise your blood pressure. So together you're more tired, less focused, and more likely to choose quick and unhealthy foods or skip movement. But then small fixes could be short breaks, deep rest, consistent sleep schedule, or unplugging your phone before bed and just getting off screens.
Gotcha. Staying screen time. Cutting down on the screen time. I get it. Some people think heart disease only happens to older adults. You always hear it in the news and the media, and that's the age group they tend to play in. Is that true? Is that not true? What are your thoughts on that?
So most heart attacks happen in middle or older age, but the damage that leads to them can actually begin in childhood or your teen years. Some things to look out for would be high blood pressure, high cholesterol, plaque starting to build in arteries is a sign, inflammation is a sign, unhealthy habits, so that could be smoking, vaping, poor diet, not a lot of activity, can all harm your heart over many years to come.
Gotcha.
some teens and young adults may develop heart-related issues
Okay.
due to genetics, inflammation from infections they have, irregular heartbeat, or just lifestyle factors like high stress, vaping, smoking, stuff like that.
Right. So it's good to not do those things.
Yes.
Basically, right? At the end of the day. Okay, it's good. That's a good tip out there for everybody on YouTube land. So, family history plays a role in heart health. What can we do if heart disease runs in our family? It's important to know if we've got a predisposition to it, what can we do?
It's like good because it's not like just because your family has bad heart health doesn't determine if you had bad heart health. Like you can change that based on your daily habits and you can outweigh the risks. It's just definitely knowing like your numbers of your blood pressure, your cholesterol, your blood sugar early on in life, and building healthy habits right away, such as like regular activity, balanced meals, good sleep, managing your stress, and limiting the poor habits such as smoking and vaping and excess sugar and salt. And definitely talking to a doctor sooner than later if you feel like that something is off, and staying consistent with these healthy habits because they're going to build up over time.
Gotcha. Good, healthy habits. Don't forget to visit the doctor. I think all those things are important in general, you know what I mean? But good for heart health, obviously, too. What's one simple change students, people in your age group can make today to start taking better care of their hearts for the long term?
It would simply just feel like moving for 10 minutes each day, like walking, dancing, biking, shooting basketball hoops. It can just immediately help your heart by boosting circulation, lowering stress, improving your mood and focus, and getting your heart muscle working a little harder. It doesn't require equipment, a gym, or a schedule change. It can just come into your everyday life. It's a super easy habit to break, or to build. Sorry.
To build. Gotcha. Cool. Inspirational story, example of someone who you think has made those small changes and really improved their heart health. What do you think?
Before, my cousin, she was constantly tired and stressed and getting headaches. But then so she went to the doctor and found out she had borderline high blood pressure. And she was only in high school, so she was younger, but it ran in her family and she didn't want to go down the same path. So then she changed a few things, like she walked after dinner for 20 minutes instead of scrolling on her phone. She swapped one sugary drink a day with water, and then set a bedtime she actually stuck to on weeknights. And then after doing this for 2 months, she felt calmer, slept better, and her schoolwork improved. And that kind of just shows those small habits. It definitely prevents bigger issues later on in life.
Awesome. That's good. Those are great things. It's been some great advice I think you've given here about what people can do in all age groups. You know what I mean? People in your age group, people in my age group, and the in-betweens and the olders, whatever, about heart health. Anything else you want to wrap up with talking about heart health? Just overall.
I would just say to be mindful of it young so it doesn't become a big problem later on in life, just to stay aware.
Gotcha. Good advice. Good advice. Good advice. And as we always talk about people in your age group, don't smoke,
Yes.
right? Don't vape. Don't do those types of things, because it's not only going to be bad for your head, it's going to be bad for your heart, which then is going to affect you long term down the road. So, which is good. Well, thanks for coming on the show. You're totally welcome. You're totally welcome. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube, the Lakeland High School Podcast. Make sure you give us a shout out there and go give us a like or a thumbs up on the YouTube. And thanks for coming on again, ladies.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day. This has been the Lakeland High School Podcast. Have a great day.